SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Are you a business owner looking for help with HR benefits and payroll? MWG Employer Services offers a wide range of services and can create a custom plan that fits your needs and budget.
I was so overwhelmed with HR stuff. MWG Employer Services took all the stress out of it and even set up my payroll. I couldn't be happier. MWG
Employer Services is here to help you succeed. Call us today at 601-206-7966 or go to mwgemployerservices.com.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C Spire. Power your home or business with C Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C Spire. C Spire Fiber powers Super Talk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game, right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome in on a Friday. It's a football Friday across the state of Mississippi, for some anyway. I guess, hey, Dad, not everybody's getting started tonight, or is everybody?
I don't think everybody is starting tonight.
But high school football across the state of Mississippi is getting played tonight. And you will have the scoreboard show coming up later this evening. Has he responded to you yet? Hey, Dad, is Caleb going to come sit down with you?
Not yet.
He hasn't responded yet? See, I need to go down the hall and, whip him into shape and make sure that he responds to you. I don't think you're his boss, but we can pretend you are. And make things happen.
I got enough power around here, and I got enough stroke around here to make that happen.
But yes, high school football happening in the state of Mississippi. We'll just have some fun talking a little bit of high school football, our memories, stuff like that. I'm going to ask Hey Dad something, and I assume he'll ask me the same thing in return about our days playing high school football. There was a big high school football game, not here in the state of Tennessee, but it featured multiple players that are going to come here for college football, maybe even more. But the story of the night nationally was a running back that, I know judges are granting things for everybody these days. He might just be able to go to the NFL. Oh my gosh, is he a player? So we'll talk about that. We got 3 teams to get to on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. College Game Day officially announces it's coming to Oxford. By the time they get there, the crowd will be fine and stuff, and it'll be okay. But the fan base not real thrilled that College Game Day is making their way to Oxford. We'll talk about all that. There's an update on Manning and Silla, not necessarily specifically to them, but an update that affects them and also affects Ole Miss baseball. So we will tell you about that. And probably more, because we cover a lot in 3 hours on this Friday edition of Sports Talk Mississippi.
It is a Friday edition. It is the last Friday edition of the year that will not talk about college football happening the very next day. So go ahead and get yourself ready for that. We are in the Pearl River Resort Studios. Pearl River Resort, this is your last weekend. If you're one of those guys, hey, I'm one of those guys, so I'm not judging. But if you're like, hey, when we get to college football Saturdays, those are my days. Well, then this is your last one. If you want to take the family to the water park, if you want to go get a round of golf in during the afternoon, Pearl River Resort's the place to do it. So much great stuff going on. It's all right there for you. Check it out at pearlriverresort.com. C Spire text line open to you, 601-879-4395. With C Spire, it's easier than ever to get all the devices you want in one move with the Ultimate Connect Bundle. Right now, new and current customers can get a free phone, watch, and tablet, plus 100 gigs of data for just $90. That includes the new iPhone 17 and Samsung Galaxy S26 for free and a free smartwatch and tablet to go with it. So don't wait. There's more to see. Visit cspire.com or stop by your local C Spire store today. C Spire, inspired by Arsenal 3, Coventry City's 0. You. Not a great start to the Premier League season if you're an Arsenal hater, which I am.
What happened to Crystal Palace?
They haven't played. They play this weekend.
Oh, nice. So they do it like the NFL. They stagger.
Yeah. You got a game today, bunch of games tomorrow, bunch of games Sunday, one game on Monday, which is my game. So, and also Rhino's game.
And Rhino's game. Yes, I'm still doing Hartfield this year.
The voice of the Hawks.
Although I guess because of the Ole Miss LSU game, I'll be out for that one. I'm not doing all 10. I don't believe. But yeah, and I'm really excited about that. One thing that I love about the state of Mississippi. You guys know this by now. I did not grow up here. I'm not from here. Although I call Mississippi home now. I used to say back home, referring to South Carolina. No, this is home. That's where I grew up. This is home. But one thing I love about this place, truly, and I'm not gassing you guys up. This is a real experience that I have had. My dad will tell you the same thing. The people here are just so nice. And in ways that it's not fake nice. It's true, genuine nice. And like Hartfield. I didn't go there. My kid doesn't go there. I have no connections there at all. I don't even live in Flowood. Although I did a long time ago, but I don't even live in Flowood. And the second JT and I started doing this, they just put their arms around us like we're one of theirs now. I mean, right away. It's amazing just how warm and welcoming those people are. And it's like, that's Mississippi for you, man. Truly, I have felt that every day of my life since I moved here. This place is different when it comes to how they treat you. And so I'm excited to do it again. They're playing Washington. Out of the Delta tonight at home, and it's at approximately 5,000 degrees. So we'll see if they can get the game in before they get engulfed by the flames of the sun.
Are you going to pull the Joe Buck tweet?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. As the sun envelops us. Yeah. It should be all right.
Really excited about that, though.
Yeah.
Do you have, hey, Dad, because I know you played high school football,
Did.
the one memory involving you from your days playing high school football that you love the most above everything else?
I'm trying to think if there's one win. Yeah, there's one. My senior year, we're playing at Pelahatchie. We have to win this. If we win this game, we're going to be district champs, which we had not been in my previous 3 years. And we're in the locker room pregame, and one of our running backs, who was our kick return guy, says in the locker room, if I get the opening kick, I'm taking it all the way back for a touchdown. And he's just adamant. If I get the opening kick, I'm taking it back for a touchdown. He got the opening kick. He took it back for a touchdown. And we won the game and won the district. And I just remember grabbing my offensive line coach, he called that. And I can't say what I said, but he called it in the locker room. I'll never forget that. That's a good one. My junior year, beating St. Andrews to end they had not lost a game in 2 years, and we beat them on their home field. They had a post-game ceremony planned to celebrate 2 straight undefeated seasons, which they still tried to do while we were out on their field celebrating. I'll always remember that one. Yeah. Also, if I had to pick just for something I did after the game. So when we played Jackson St. Joe, that was a trophy game. Yeah, the winner of that game brought home the Stallings Trophy. Getting to carry that into the locker room was cool. Walking around the corner and holding it up, and everybody's like, "Oh!" And then we're like, "We got the trophy back." So that's a moment I'll remember. I cherish that.
Do you have a picture of that?
Of the trophy, or of me going? This is 1993, man. Who had a camera? And nobody had a phone. Those things didn't exist. No, unfortunately, I don't. I have a picture in my head. That's just going to have to suffice.
I hear you.
Marty will get on to me if he's listening for talking about beating St. Andrews, because he beat them every year he was there. He's like, that's the Episcopal school we ran the score up on. What happened?
Mine. So
yeah, what's yours?
I've told this story before.
Other than Marcus Lattimore lighting you up.
He did light me up.
Yeah.
He was so classy, man. What a great guy to play against too. Truly, he was awesome in every sense of the word in high school. But I broke my C6 in my neck my junior year in a rivalry game against Hillcrest at the end of the year. But what we did, we played them in the first game and the last game of every season.
Okay.
And so it was my first game back my senior year after breaking that bone in my neck. And it's on the same field and everything. And like I got through, summer workouts and training camp fine. But for whatever reason in that game, I was scared of hurting myself again. It's
I get it.
Same team, same everything, same feeling. And the quarterback had a sister that was dating a guy on our team. Mm-hmm. And so I remember pre-snap us yelling her name and yelling at him before every snap.
Gosh.
I ended up picking him off in the second quarter. And I should have run it back for a touchdown, but I couldn't. I had to beat one more guy, and he got me when I was trying to cut back. But that was the moment where I stopped being scared. It was like, for whatever reason, the first quarter and a half, I was shaking before every snap. Like, I'm going to get hurt again. I'm going to get hurt again. And then after that, it was just like, I'm free. Here we go. But I've got that video is archived somewhere on WYFF Channel 4 News that I've been trying to find. Hey, Dad, I know they archive these things because they played it. It was the play of the week in the upstate, and I can't find it. But they're going to find it for me. I've been in contact with the people up there to try to find it.
That's cool.
Yeah, overcoming the fear anyway. Sports Talk Mississippi, and we won the Golden Strip Derby is what our trophy was called, the Golden Strip Derby. And we beat them twice, first and
just got heard back. Caleb Saylor's. He's actually taking your job after you leave. He'll
really? He's just going to sit in here?
He's coming in. We'll talk high school football. So 5:37, our first high school football Friday.
Let's go
of the year. Looking forward to it.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Speaking of high school football, there was an impressive game last night on ESPN, and we'll talk about it when we come back.
It's time to get real. Real sports talk for Mississippi.
It's time for you to get real with it.
Sports Talk Mississippi continues on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Louis, I hate to disappoint you. I think I know the answer. Now, this is not sourced. I'm trying to make math be simple. He says that Ulysses Bentley should do the pregame Are You Ready on the video board. I would bet a lot that it's going to be Ella Langley, if I had to bet. She's doing the concert there on Thursday. She's a mega star.
Come on. You got one. This is your one chance. I mean, he'll be back for other games, but this is the time to rub it in. I would absolutely not do that. Ella Langley can do do it before any game.
If I had to bet, that would be what my money's on anyway. I don't have that
play
source.
Hers before any game. It's generic. You gotta take a shot here. Oh, you got to.
I don't have that sourced. That would just be my bet. Her song, "Choosing Texas" or whatever, spent the most weeks at number 1 of all time or something like that. She's like
I could name
it's
that,
like the greatest song run of music of all time.
I could name that tune in no notes because I've never heard it. I would not. You could play the whole song. I'd be like, "What was that?"
No, you spend time scrolling Instagram reels like me. I know you've seen it or heard it anyway.
Maybe.
There's no doubt that you've heard the song without knowing that you've.
Well, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you've heard the song.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. You have to plan your pregame around getting him.
The only way it's not her is if they want to save that and do it for Auburn.
They could absolutely do it.
Because she's an Auburn fan.
And then, yeah, you could do it for anything, though. She's a celebrity. Hers works for every single game. There is none that you can't do. This is one where we got to be specific.
I wouldn't be surprised if, knowing how Bentley how he conducted himself last season, I wouldn't be surprised if he chooses not to participate in trolling. You know, does that make sense?
I hope he does.
If not him, then who else could you realistically? Who else could you do?
Someone from.
And don't say his ex-girlfriend. Let's be realistic here. Not you, but our text line. Like, don't even waste your time on that because that ain't happening.
I mean, I'm all for it though. Could you get Patrick Willis and you show that clip of him planting I know they lost, but planting Justin Vincent in Vaught Hemingway Stadium. Maybe that's one.
A yellow lab.
Hey, Dad, why'd you leave me? Hey, guys, it's Juice. Can I be the voice of Juice for this? Because I'll have some fun with it. There's my former dad. He bolted on me just like he bolted on all of you. Well, bad news, Dad. I peed on your pillow once. What do you think about that?
As if he was there to be able to do that.
And I'm just saying. I don't know what the most famous win over LSU is. Jackson Dart, maybe. Did you get Dart to do it? Would Dart
I'm sure
be willing
he would.
Would he be willing to do it, though? Because I assume Dart and Kiffin still have a great relationship. I would hope. I don't know that for a fact. But Dart, somebody like that. Who was the guy that lit up Jaden Daniels?
Dejon Anthony.
Somebody like that? I don't know. Yeah, just get some. Yeah, I'm absolutely putting together a highlight reel of every time an Ole Miss player has planted an LSU player. So I'm getting the Willis hit in there. I'm getting that hit on Daniels in there. Everything I can find. I don't know though. That's the way I would probably look at it. I would definitely reach out to Ulysses Bentley. Be like, by the way, I don't know if we told you this, Ulysses. We have a new thing where we pay people to do this, and here's $50,000. Why don't you just do it and shut up? Yeah. There you go. My Juice impression sounds a little like Mullen. I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, some impressions do.
Yeah, they
mesh sometimes. It is what it is.
I'm not trying to do Mullen there. I'm just trying to do like a high pitched voice of a happy dog. I don't know. I'll have to workshop that. I'll come back to it.
Somebody says have an edit of Juice and Kiffin and have Maury Povich doing the "You Are Not the Father."
Yeah, there you go.
Didn't he do one? I think he may have done one. Am I making that up? Ole Miss fans out there, did Maury do one?
Do a
pregame Are You Ready? I
don't know.
I seem to remember that, but I could be misremembering that. I don't know there, but.
So they got the big game against Ole Miss or Ole Miss LSU in 2003. They got Russell Crowe, and they had the scene from Gladiator, where he kills the tiger, and it's like that was there you go.
Betty White did one. She's the goat.
Yeah.
That's a.
I'm trying to remember the ones that I've seen. Snoop Dogg did one once. I went to an Egg Bowl where Emerald did one.
Yeah, he's got a kid either at or has graduated from Ole Miss.
It had to be graduated from because that was 2002.
Yeah.
I imagine that kid's still in school.
His son is like taking over his Michelin star restaurant in New Orleans. I watched a video about him. That kid rocks. Like he's going to be a superstar.
He's the next big thing. Yeah. I'm trying to remember some of the ones of Egg Bowls I've been to in the past where they, Dennis Quaid did one.
Somebody says Quinshon. Hey, I will say this, and a lot of you are going to not like that. Quinshon does not hate Ole Miss, by the way. Like he has talks about his time at Ole Miss fondly. I wouldn't not try. Mm-hmm. I would try.
Somebody's got an idea here. Why don't you tell Jaden Daniels you'll retire the number 5 and let him come do it? He can do it. Ole Miss has retired my number, so I'm willing to say this.
Well, is some national park did we're skipping 5 days out of respect for Jaden Daniels, and every reply was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, you gotta keep up, guys. You gotta,
I don't.
Not everybody has the correct amount of knowledge of college football. They should have more.
So apparently, Emerald's daughter still around. So good stuff. That's
that must be a different child because again, I heard that he has a kid who goes to Ole Miss in 2002.
Are there still like TV chefs like there used to be? Because I remember Emerald, and he was awesome, and like Rachel Ray and those
almost
people.
Almost all TV cooking shows now are like competition shows. It's not like the whole hey, let me show you how to make this dish. It's like we're going to give you a radial tire, a thermometer, and a vat of boiling mercury. Can they make something delicious?
Yeah.
Find out next on Extreme Chef.
You nailed that.
Yeah.
Daniel Tosh could do a good.
Tosh as Kiffin would be incredible.
He would. The hatred still exists because I do listen to his podcast sometimes. He's really funny. Imagine that. The comedian is really funny. He's kind of out there. But I would wonder like what he would charge. And would that be too much? You know who might end
up doing it? I could be convinced he might do it. McAfee. He's going to be there. I'm just saying he's going to be there.
Would he also play his new hit song, Dookie? I mean...
Is that the name of the song?
It's one of his songs, yes. Mm-hmm. And hey, Dad, it's as good as you think it is.
Oh, no, it's terrible?
Man, 6-year-old Tosh would crush. He really would. I mean, that's who you try to get as the guest picker. Although he would probably... I mean, Shane Gillis made Saban mad on the set, so I don't know if they would go the comedian route again.
Would go the other. Yeah, he would make it even worse.
That's who you try to get, though. Hey, I know people at Ole Miss listen to this show, just like State and Southern Miss. If you can hear me right now, tell College Game Day. I know you've already announced you're coming. The only way that Ole Miss agrees to this is if Daniel Tosh is the selection for a guest picker. Please and thank you. Yep. That is my negotiating line in the sand right
Kiffin's
there.
Cajun Corner.
Yeah. He did a follow-up.
Yeah.
About that, and it's brutal.
Well, that's what I'm saying now. You just put a K on Cajun, and you're good to go. So, yeah, it's something we could work out for sure.
Will Golding appear on set? I would be very surprised.
No chance.
If he did. Maybe that they make him, but I would be very surprised.
I don't think he will.
Some coaches do, and frankly, every time I see that, I'm like, why aren't you with your team right now?
Yeah, you should be doing your last minute prep and everything. I don't like that.
Or just not here.
Yeah.
Like a video interview with Molly McGrath or whoever, like at the facility, sure, whatever.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I think the real question is, do they dare? Do they dare to try to get Kiffin on set?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Do they dare?
They might interview.
They're in the ratings business, Michael.
0% chance Lane Kiffin takes the set on College Game.
You have to have him in like a Pope Mobile up there.
That would actually be hilarious. He
just comes out in the little Pope Mobile. He's waving to everybody. That's the only way to guarantee his safety.
Oh, man, what a crap show that day's going to be. I mean, every bar stool, everything is going to be there. And
is Barstool going to be there? Have they announced that?
I mean, maybe not their tailgate show, but they're going to send they'll parade Ben Mintz around and let Ohio State, embarrass everybody along the way.
I hope that does happen, yeah.
That guy can tell a story, Ohio State. He's got a gift for...
He's great, and then you have Mincy, who is just awful.
Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back in just a bit.
Your number one for Sports Talk.
Anyone? Come on, don't be shy.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Bingo, man, bingo.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Porky and Hey Dad with you, Sports Talk Mississippi. We got this on the text line. Question for you guys. I just got gas, and while I was pumping, I realized I was on pump number 5 and the importance of that number. Can I be sued for using pump number 5?
I believe his lawyers have already been contacted. So I would expect something in the mail very, very soon from Jaden Daniels and his legal attaché.
I wonder if they're going to be any good this year. Laramie Tunsil got hurt. I mean, they should be. Washington, of course, if you guys aren't familiar with the reference, Jaden Daniels, the Commanders quarterback, sent LSU a cease and desist. Give me my Heisman back. Don't use my number. Don't use my name, image, and likeness. And, it was centered around the fact that LSU's letting somebody else wear his jersey number, even though his jersey number has not been retired by LSU. Big mess. Everybody's kind of dunking on him right now. And it's a shame because that season he had, I know the team wasn't very good, but he was spectacular. I mean, just one of the greatest individual. Truly, this is not hyperbole. One of the greatest individual seasons at that position in Southeastern Conference football history. It's up there. It's in the top 10 easily.
Easily, but didn't have the same team success that you would equate with a season like that. That team, I've said it many times. Offensively, that team was the national champions. Defensively, that team was 4-8, and they found their way in the middle and won 9 games. But yeah, Daniel's kind of underappreciated too, and just was really, really good. But his team didn't win enough to put him in that same tier of Heisman guys like Burrow, Tebow, Cam Newton, even Johnny Manziel won 10 games. His Heisman year.
Last night, I know we were both driving, so I assume that the answer is no for you. But the high school football game, the first televised,
by the way,
real game that counted,
dumped on in rain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the rain coming up that's some of the worst I've ever driven in. Coming back. Yes, the highlight. I saw the highlights. Look, highlights are highlights, right? They're called highlights for a reason. But my goodness.
It's every play lights for this.
This is a special player. Look, DGG, right? Is it DDG or DGG?
It is.
Is it Gabriel Georges?
Yes.
So he's DGG. It's a cool name. And doing some, I'm not a big player comp guy. I tend to let players be themselves. I don't want to say somebody's the next thing. But some of the stuff he's doing as far as balance and his ability to cut and break off of tackles, Barry Sanders?
It's shocking, a couple of the things that he did last night.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's playing against a bunch of guys that Arch Manning played against.
Right, he's playing a good team.
Arch is going to have a really good career and all that, but when you look at Arch's high school highlights, it's like, oh my gosh, really? Mm-hmm. Those poor kids don't have a chance. Mm-hmm. Brentwood's got dudes that are going to play college football on it. Mm-hmm. And bouncing off them, the balance, as you mentioned, taking hits, and my goodness. Now I understand why the bidding war got to be what it was.
Yeah.
When all of the offers, he was down to Tennessee, Ohio State, and Ole Miss, and each school offered him a 7-figure per year deal. And you thought, oh, man, high school running back guy hasn't proven anything in college, and he's getting an offer like that, and he's not a quarterback. That's insane. And then you watch him play.
Yeah, well, you just got to watch the game. Yeah, and it's something to behold. We'll see how he does. It's a long way to go. There's thousands of high school kids who looked incredible in high school and did nothing at the college level. But it's very impressive to watch. Derrick Henry's high school highlights aren't fair. Those are watching
his
those
college highlights aren't fair either.
But he's so much better than everybody else. It's not even a comparison. Mm-hmm. But some of the guys, I know they played good competition. Like Reggie Bush's highlight tape is like that. It's just he looks like he's so much better than those guys. But he's playing with good players. He's playing out in California. I know that the teams out there were good. But this guy, just watching him, I'm going to go find some more of his highlights, I think, because I want to see. But again, it's the balance. Speed is one thing. If you're running over guys when you're built like Derrick Henry, that's cool and all. But being able to just break off tackles and move your body and have that kind of athleticism and body control at that age, he looks like the kind of prospect you can build around. I'll say that.
172 rushing yards, 78 receiving yards, and a whole bunch of touchdowns. He was unbelievable. A lot of Ole Miss fans watching because both quarterbacks in the game are committed to Ole Miss. Keegan Croucher, the winning quarterback for Baylor, and then on the other side, Cruz Jenkins. Now, I had to put the phone up, on the. I couldn't really watch, but from what I was watching, and then the highlights later. Croucher's legit. There's a reason he's a highly Elite 11 quarterback, and you can tell. He's really tall, and he's got a cannon. I especially liked his post-game press conference because they do that at high schools like Baylor. Hey, Dad, they had a full press room with the backdrop and the microphones. It might as well have been a college. but he's really impressive when you hear him talk. He sounds, quite frankly, when he talks like a professional quarterback, like he's been doing this his whole life. He's an impressive kid.
That's good stuff.
Cruz also looked good on the other side. I do think there's a reason Croucher is rated higher.
Right.
I think you could tell watching the two of them that, hey, there's a reason this guy's a 4-star and this guy's a 3-star. I think you could see that in the game last night.
Is Jenkins a guy you think is like an athlete and they'll find another spot for him when he gets to campus?
I'm curious as to why. I understand why Ole Miss would want 2 quarterbacks in a class because the transfer portal and things of that nature. But I did kind of affirm my feeling that unless there's a can't-miss, no-brainer like you mentioned yesterday, I don't think Ole Miss necessarily right now is going to be portal shopping for quarterbacks next offseason.
Right. If there's a can't miss guy that wants to go to Ole Miss, you go get him. But I mean, I saw enough from Deuce Knight last year that I wouldn't. If Deuce Knight was Ole Miss's quarterback right now, I wouldn't say they're a favorite to go to the playoff or anything. They wouldn't even be.
We'd be having a
team.
different conversation.
But I wouldn't also be telling you, well, they're going to fall flat on their face and be 4-8. He's super talented. I think honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to next year. Kamario Taylor versus Deuce Knight, the top 2 quarterbacks in the state going at it in the Egg Bowl if we do get that. So I swear, Borky, people must think I do a lot of cocaine. My nose is itching right now. Yesterday, too, I was just like...
I deal with that all the time.
I keep looking at myself on the camera. I'm like, somebody's going to be like, hey, Dad has got a problem.
And then you bend down. And...
Yeah, I'm like... Anyway, woo! I get the Dan Lanning Penn State thing going there. But anyway, getting back to my point, I think Deuce Knight is super talented. What I saw from him at Auburn, I was like, I thought Auburn should have handed the keys over to him. And I'm kind of surprised. I understand that he wanted to go get his own guy, but Deuce Knight and what Golish likes to do offensively would have been a good fit, and I think he could have been a big-time player for them. So, unless there's somebody just can't be turned down, you would probably go with what you got next year.
Yeah, somebody says, look up Baylor's high school campus if you've never seen it. Their rival is McCallie, which you should also take a look. Yeah, they're big rivals. I had buddies in college that went to Baylor, and then I guess 1 or 2 that went to McCallie. But there is a level of wealth that some of us can't understand until you look at those 2 high schools. And it's like point, that is a world that, buddy, I don't live in, and I don't think I ever will. They are beautiful. Baylor's where Spain stayed for the World Cup. That was their home base.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It's just absolutely stupid. 601-879-4395, the C-Spire text line. Yeah, high school football. It was something. The crowd looked good. Good players on the field. It was interesting. I like that they do this and put these guys on TV.
There's, especially with as big as recruiting is now, even in the portal era, when you've got players like DGG there, people want to see those guys. So if you can put these top-notch players on display, people will watch. I have no doubt about that.
Well, we played on a regional television network once where we were in, I think, all of South Carolina, a good bit of North Carolina, a good bit of Georgia, a good bit of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we felt like gods that night. I mean, with all the TV cameras, and they had to set up temporary towers, and they had the production truck and all that crap.
Did you win?
No, we did not. But no, that felt totally different. Although, again, I mean, they go to a high school that looks like the greatest college you've ever seen, and they have media rooms and all that stuff. What is it? It's not Buford, right? It's another B in Georgia that just built a high school stadium that...
I thought it was Buford.
Was it Buford that has the luxury suites and all that crap?
Buford. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, man. We've lost the plot when you're talking about, $20,000 donations to get a luxury suite at a high school football game. All right? We've totally lost the plot on the value of sports for 15-year-olds.
Yeah, we spent like $100 last year to have chairback seats at Starkville High. That's about the max I'm willing to go.
And that's appropriate, right?
That's about all I'm willing to do.
Little cash to the booster club to help the
fine.
The volleyball team buy uniforms. Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
And the
Mississippi.
Here we go.
SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Hey, Dad, did you see Fernando Mendoza got introduced to the NFL last night?
Did not.
He threw a pick six in a preseason game against the Texans last night, and then they interview him during the game after he had been taken out, of course. It's preseason.
Right.
And I forget who the sideline reporter is for ESPN's Monday Night Football, even though I know it was on Thursday, but it was the Monday Night Football production. And he's, Mr. Buck, it's so great to talk to you, Mr. Buck. I've admired you for so long. And it's like, Fernando, I love you. Like, I love how classy you are. You are a professional quarterback now. You're not your child. He's not Mr. Buck anymore. He is Joe Buck, the announcer of your football game.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. God knows I've been wrong many times before. I'll be wrong many times again. I don't think he's going to be a success. I just don't. Now, going to the Raiders didn't help, right? Because it's not a great team. But, if ever there was a Heisman Trophy winner that won it just because he was the quarterback of the best team, it was Mendoza. His numbers aren't great. Yes, he had an awesome play in the national championship game where he showed a lot of guts. But
it was an awesome play.
It's an awesome play. I'll never take it away from him. But I just don't know.
That's one of those college football plays that remember forever is a bit hyperbolic, but everybody remembers the Vince Young touchdown run against USC in the 2005 Rose Bowl.
Right.
I think the Mendoza touchdown might be one of those where 10 years from now you see it and you're like, that's Mendoza. I remember watching that.
I absolutely think that it'll stand the test of time. No question.
What are some other ones? The Clowney hit, I think, is one of those. I know it was just a bowl game, but...
So, I want to talk about... we're talking about plays that maybe even the player isn't the most memorable guy, although Vince Young and Mendoza will be, because they won that, got a Heisman Trophy winner, you got an all-national champion. Michael Dyer's run, where he gets... Everybody thinks he's down and he's not.
Yeah, national championship.
Needs to be on there. Manziel's touchdown pass against Alabama, where it looks like they're going to sack him and they don't. I mean, God, I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure if I when I die, if I don't make it to heaven, if I have to go to the other place, I'm pretty sure they'll just play Chad Kelly's touchdown pass to Quincy Adebojo on a loop. Just me watching that like from a Clockwork Orange, just my eyes pinned open, just for the rest of eternity.
That was when you knew God was an Ole Miss fan, right there.
I've thought about it. I just made a phone call. I was like, I'm done going to church. I can't. Why would I go?
Let me learn the teachings of Buddha.
Yeah, clearly he's working against me here on this mortal plane. Tell me, you're asking me to name unforgettable plays in college football. There's so many.
There are so many, but those are great ones.
The kick six.
The kick six.
The kick six and the prayer at Jordan Hare are both. I think the prayer at Jordan Hare is the more remarkable of the two.
Because it's just stupid luck.
Yeah,
the kick six, you had to execute.
Yeah, exactly. And the other one is more of a lucky play, for sure.
Ooh, good one. Old school, the Flutie Hail Mary. That's
Hail
a
Mary.
great one. And then he says the Boise State Statue of Liberty. That's another one.
That's another one, for sure. For sure. So there's so many, yeah. Man. By the way, speaking of this, we talked about this yesterday. This Wednesday, did we decide?
I believe you are correct.
All right. This Wednesday, we're going to do something we haven't done before. We're going to do what we're calling GOAT Day. So what's going to happen is we're going to start the show at 3:06. And I'm going to ask Borky, who is the greatest whatever? And then for the next 10 minutes, we're going to debate that. And when we come back from commercial, I ask again, who is the greatest whatever? And we go for another, and that's going to be the whole show. So last year we did guys naming dudes. This year it's guys naming goats. We're going to name goats.
GOAT Day.
GOAT Day. This Wednesday, assuming there's not, if Lane Kiffin decides he wants to become a Buddhist monk, we'll report that. But if it's not, if we get some go without any real breaking news, it will be GOAT Day here on Sports Talk Mississippi.
He's closer to that than every person you know. If anybody you knew.
Well, yeah, Lane Kiffin.
Starting to tweet.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Robert Kennedy Jr. These are people who the things you could say, like, he's doing X. I believe you. I won't question it.
That's going to be fun. I mean, I'm already struggling, though, with all of them. I mean, every category that we can come up with.
So I'm not going to give you any prep either. You will not have any. I will have the list.
Oh, gosh.
You're going to have to start. And, obviously the C Spire text line will chime in. We want to hear you guys. We want this to be a big interaction day on the C Spire text line.
The hardest one might be wide receiver.
Oh, that's the easiest one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, because I know we were going to go with it.
The easiest one. Right here. About 20 minutes down the road from me.
Yeah.
That's the easy one. But we'll do it. We'll do some college. We'll do some State Ole Miss stuff. So we'll have some fun with it. So that's going to be Wednesday, GOAT Day. But today is Friday. It's High School Football Friday, 5 o'clock hour. I'll catch up with Caleb Sailors.
And we got 3 teams.
And we got 3 teams in the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. We'll do that in the 4 o'clock hour. We'll be right back here on Sports Talk Mississippi.
More Sports Talk Mississippi.
Hey, it's go time.
Sports Talk Mississippi.
Well, say something.
Super Talk Mississippi.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Today is August the 21st. On September the 15th, we want you to join us live at Ag Up in Canton. That's right. Sports Talk Mississippi will be live at Ag Up for the start of deer season. For the kickoff to deer season customer appreciation event. Live broadcast of Sports Talk Mississippi. Plus, they're going to throw some burgers on the grill for you at 5:30. And then from 6 until 8, the 90s cover band, the Honky Tonk Playboys, with, as I mentioned yesterday, on the steel guitar, the Golden Adonis right there.
Me.
Michael Borky.
I'm not actually playing guitar there.
Steel guitar. Plus, local vendors are going to be setting up some booths there. There's going to be giveaways. The outdoor industry partners of Ag Up will be there, and there'll be special equipment offers all day long as well. So it doesn't matter what you've got going on. You've got to make plans to join us on Tuesday, September the 15th at Ag Up in Canton, 160 Calhoun Commerce Park Drive. Come see us. Come get a free burger. Come enjoy some music. Come win a free prize. It's all right there for you at Ag Up. We look forward to seeing you there. Is it time to dive into the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days?
We got 3 to get to, so let's do it. It's 100 teams in 100 days.
This day is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This day is bananas.
100 teams in 100 days.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
It's the final countdown.
We go to the house that, Ryan Tannehill built. Team number 9 on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days. Texas A&M. Their band is quite impressive to see in person. Very precise.
It's a cool band to watch.
Cool band to watch, for sure. They play, as you know, at Kyle Field, what was, before the renovation, one of the most hideous stadiums in the country. I don't know what architecture firm or whatever they hired initially to build it the way they did. It was awful. And they fixed it by way of a just absolutely unbelievably massive renovation, basically a full teardown and rebuild. And as a result, the largest crowd to ever watch a football game in the state of Texas was Ole Miss At Texas A&M, October 11th, 2014, 110,633. You may remember that was the week after they beat Alabama, I believe. And beating Alabama was not Hugh Freeze's best coaching job that year. It was getting that team up ready to play a week later in front of 110,000 people and being dominant a week later. That was really impressive from Hugh Freeze back then. For some reason, during the renovations, they had more seats than they did when they finished. I don't know how that works, but that is how it worked. Official capacity, 102,733 seats on the nose. And that is a place that is huge and nice and loud and all that, but not up there in terms of intimidating places to play. The way that other stadiums of that size tend to be. Agreed.
For as big as it is not. It's not that it's not a tough place to play, but it's not the toughest place to play.
Yeah, people aren't scared. Oh, gotta go to Kyle Field. Oh no.
Part of that's the team, and
that certainly doesn't help. Yeah.
Last year was the first year where it was a little bit of a difference there.
Mike Elko enters year 3 as the head coach at Texas A&M. Remember, he was at Duke before taking over. That was a very interesting coaching search when he got the job. They hired Mark Stoops, or Ross Bjork hired Mark Stoops, and then got undercut. And remember, that was the year that a donor did the big check thing on the field, and that check was Jimbo Fisher's buyout while Jimbo Fisher's coaching a game. Remember that whole deal? Weird coaching search. The fans revolted. Did not want Mark Stoops. Kentucky fans wanted it to be Mark Stoops so they could reset, and all the while his team's playing a game when this is all happening. Fans revolt. They go get one of their own in Mike Elko, or at least, he's not really one of their own, but he did have a history at Texas A&M, so he, quote-unquote, gets them the way that maybe other coaches do not. He's actually from New Jersey. People think that he's a Texas A&M guy. He's not.
That's
but
right.
He did coach there.
When we talk about fit, he has it.
He has it. Last year, they had a really good season until they didn't. And it's in the playoff era, it's more about how you end than how you start these days. They opened with a win over UTSA and Utah State. They went to Notre Dame and won. Remember, by 1 point, they got a couple of controversial calls, and then a very bad no call holding on the game winner, and they escaped South Bend with a 1 point win. They beat Auburn by 6 at home. They beat Mississippi State 31-9. I've said this before. I watch every Mississippi State game. I have no recollection of that game, really. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
I know you do more than me, I assume, but still, that's a game that just kind of happened, it feels like.
Yeah, it's a game that State had some opportunities in the first half, didn't take advantage of them, and Texas A&M eventually just pulled away. There was a play in the second quarter. Devon Booth got hit by the turf monster, and he's going to score easily, but he trips up, and then State doesn't get anything out of it, and it's just not a great day for Mississippi. That's the game where Fluff Bothwell got injured. Was playing late in the game when it was already out of hand. So just,
yes, the controversy. Do you keep a guy in when the score is what it is? Jeff Lebby was asked about it. He said, you're still trying to win a game here. You're not laying down and quitting. And I remember that for sure. They beat Florida. They won at Arkansas by 3. They beat LSU pretty handedly. Then they had an off week before going to Missouri and winning. Then they beat South Carolina at home in one of the greatest comebacks, truly. I mean, they were getting destroyed by South Carolina. Came all the way back 1-1. They beat Samford. And then they went to Texas and got beat by 10. And then on their home field, they're hosting Miami in a playoff game. I know it was windy. It was really, really, really windy. But they scored 3 points at home in a playoff game. So it was a good season, but when it ends losing to your rival and scoring 3 points on your home field in a playoff game, not as fun as 11-2 should be. This season, they open with Missouri State and Arizona State at home in their non-conference matchup before hosting Kentucky and going to Baton Rouge in Week 4. Hey, Dad, is this correct? They're hosting Arkansas, so it's no longer in Dallas?
That's correct, yes.
Good.
I think did they play there? Where did they play last year?
I guess that was in Arkansas.
Or did they play last year?
They did, and A&M won by 3.
Then that game, I think that game was in Fayetteville.
It was in Fayetteville.
Yeah. Last year was the first year.
That.
Last year was the first year that happened.
Then after that, they go to Missouri before hosting the Citadel. You know that mascot.
Citadel, the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs of the Citadel. Yeah. Then they go to Alabama, have an off week, and go to South Carolina. So they have 4 games. 3 of the 4 are on the road, and the one that's not is the Citadel. Ooh, that's a tough stretch.
Yeah.
They host Tennessee, go to Oklahoma before hosting Texas to end their season.
It's like a Big 12 schedule there at the back end with Oklahoma and Texas, their final 2 games.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Missouri mixed in there.
Yeah. So I don't know what to make of A&M just yet. I have them at 9-3, but I have them doing the typical A&M thing where they're 9-1 and then they lose to Oklahoma and Texas. And it's just like, what do we have to? If any team could ever skip November, it would be Texas A&M. They'd just be like, you know what? Wake us up in December. We're good. Whatever happens. No surprise here. It's a Mexican place. It's actually a chain. Is the top-rated place in College Station. Fuego Tortilla Grill. Look, it looks like a pretty typical place. They got tacos. They got burritos. They got a lot of tacos, a lot of taco options. Chicken, seafood, pork, beef, vegetarian. That's how you want to do things, I guess. But it looks like a fancier Chipotle. So it's kind of surprising that it's that. It's kind of surprising that this is the top rated restaurant in College Station. But it is what it is. So what is so funny?
So Thomas Castellanos, remember the quarterback that was at Florida State, and he had a really bad season, and he ran out of eligibility, and he did one of those lawsuits to get a year back.
Yeah.
Guess where he is possibly going to go?
I just saw.
Texas Tech.
Why not?
I mean,
he hasn't ever bet on anything, has he?
I don't know, but that's so funny that they go from Sorsby, can't get Sorsby the gambler in, so they're going to find a different judge to get their other quarterback in now.
Yeah.
What does that tell the guy that has been spending all offseason as their starter?
You don't need to be there. You're wasting your time.
That is so funny. Texas Tech going from Sorsby to this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Team number 9, Texas A&M, will be back.
If you need a taco in College Station, tell them that Hayden and Borky.
We'll be back with team number 8. Don't go anywhere.
It's time for more Sports Talk Mississippi.
Finally.
On SuperTalk Mississippi, the SuperTalk app, and at supertalk.fm.
Hey, Dad, you're right. You said this during the break, but why would Texas Tech want him?
I don't know.
Like, has he ever put on tape that he's a great quarterback worthy of this?
He was an exciting player at Boston College. They had the win last year against Alabama. That was fun for a minute. But Castellanos was not great last year. Why is Texas Tech, a team that is trying to compete for a national title, why do they feel like he's this massive upgrade coming in to, what now? 15 days before the start of the regular season? I don't get it. So,
I mean, especially considering what this could do to your football team.
Yeah.
Anyway, weird stuff. We'll get to maybe more of that later on. Team number 8 on the countdown of 100 teams in 100 days is one that, unfortunately, some of you guys are familiar with, at the house that the 7th Floor crew built. Hey, you didn't get the reference, did you?
I didn't know. I had to think. Yeah, I didn't know.
Now you get the reference. If you guys don't get the reference, Greg Olson and a bunch of his teammates when they were at Miami got in trouble because they recorded a rap song that was vulgar in nature. And it got out, and they called themselves the 7th Floor Crew. So, Miami. Program that is back. They were largely irrelevant for a long time in a place with that kind of history and that kind of recruiting base. They shouldn't be, but yet they were. Mario Cristobal has come in and put them back near the top. Not on top yet. You got to win a championship to be on top, but they are near the top of the sport right now. And as you guys know, they play at Hard Rock Stadium. They share it with the Miami Dolphins and also a Formula One race and other things like that. It's a shame that the Orange Bowl is gone. That was a really cool-looking stadium and an iconic venue in the sport. They bulldozed it. That is where the Marlins play in front of tens of fans. And it's a shame. They should have kept that building and renovated it and done the things, but instead they play in soulless Hard Rock Stadium. Now, it looks nice and comfortable and all of those things, but it doesn't look like college football. It does not feel like college football. 64,767 is what it is suited for football. They have a hard time filling it up, to be honest with you. They don't do it very often. Mario Cristobal, he enters, hey, Dad, you're 5 at Miami. Remember when he left Oregon for Miami? Yeah. That was 5 years ago now. It's crazy what has happened to time. 5-7, 7-6 early on at Miami, and people started to wonder if he's the right guy for the job. Some bad in-game coaching decisions, among other things. And then they started taking off. They went 10-3 in 2024. And last year, 3 playoff wins for Miami. Schedule worked out a little something like this. They beat Notre Dame in the season opener, and that ended up being a win that, who did they need at the end? And they got it. They beat Bethune-Cookman. You know that mascot?
Is it a cat?
It is. The Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman. Good guess, though. I'll take that. And USF before beating Florida at home. The score was 26-7. It wasn't that close. They dominated Florida. Then they had an off week. They beat Florida State by 6. Then they had another off week, and they lost to Louisville. We've talked about that situation a little bit because Louisville, obviously, Ole Miss's season opener. Then they beat Stanford, but then they lost at SMU, and a lot of people thought, that's it. Miami, they can't make the playoff after that loss. They are done. But then they closed strong. They beat Syracuse. They beat NC State. They beat Virginia Tech. They beat Pitt. Those last 2 on the road, and they just squeezed by and snuck into the playoff thanks to that win over Notre Dame earlier in the season. I remember that debate. Don't you remember that debate?
I do, very, very much.
Head-to-head needs to matter. They have the same record. They played each other, and one won the game. If that doesn't matter, what are we doing here? And ultimately, logic won, and Miami makes the playoff. Then they go to the aforementioned Texas A&M. And defensively, they were spectacular that day, and they squeaked out of there with a 10-3 win. Then they went to the Cotton Bowl, and they played Ohio State. Defensively, again, were spectacular in that game. They only gave up 14 points to that Ohio State offense. Truly dominant. And they moved on. Thanks in part to a pick 6, by the way. An early pick 6 set the tone for that game, and Miami moved on. Then they get to the semifinal, where they played Ole Miss, and it was a physical game where Miami was better than Ole Miss on the lines of scrimmage. Ole Miss scored a late touchdown, 3 minutes to go to take the lead, and then Carson Beck did his thing, and Miami controlled the clock, and they won the game basically in the last on the last play of the game. But Ole Miss had a couple of shots downfield. They get one to the end zone. Ball falls incomplete. A lot of people think pass interference should have been called. It was not. The better team won that day. I know, I keep saying that. The podcast audience hates when I say that. Miami was the better team that day, and they won.
Yeah.
And played for a national championship where they lost by 6. I mean, it was a close game. It was physical. That's what Miami does now. They play physical football games. And they just came up short against Indiana, the rightful national champion last season. This year, they bring in, they stole Duke's quarterback. Just step on in and replace Carson Beck, Darian Mensah, and they expect to keep on rolling, especially up front on the lines of scrimmage. Despite losing some draft picks, they lose 2 elite players on the defensive line to the draft, but apparently they haven't missed a beat. We'll see, but I think that's a sleeper pick for a national champion if you're looking for one. Boy, can they be good. They open at Stanford in a conference game. Miami's going to fly to Palo Alto, California for a conference game.
As one does.
I saw Shannon Terry, the guy that started On 3, say that this is why college football is better than the NFL because Roger Goodell said there's going to be a team in Europe one day.
Yeah.
And it's like, Shannon, what's the difference between New York to London and Miami to Palo Alto? What's the difference?
The only difference is the difference between L.A. to London.
That's
the difference.
That's the difference. But and then in week 2, Florida A&M, you know that mascot.
Rattlers.
The Rattlers. Then they go to Wake Forest in week 3 before hosting Central Michigan. They go to Clemson in week 4 before their bye week. They host Florida State and Pitt before back-to-back road games at North Carolina and Notre Dame. And they close the season out hosting Duke, Virginia Tech, and Boston College. I love Miami to make the playoff again.
Yeah,
it's an easy schedule. It's a really talented team. Cristobal's got them rolling. I think they're going.
Yeah. Malachi Toney, what a player. What a player. This one, maybe the most exciting player in college football. We're going to spend some money on this one, Michael Borky. We're going to Prime 112. Ever heard of it?
I don't think so.
It is one of the top steakhouses in America. Michael, what would you expect to spend for sweet and spicy chicken wings? That's one of the appetizers at Prime 112. What do you think the sweet and spicy chicken wings appetizer costs at Prime 112? What do you think?
$56.
Okay, now you're just being silly.
Oh, I don't know.
I
don't know.
It's just sweet and spicy chicken wings. What do you think it costs?
$27.
$33. That's one of the appetizers. Appetizer prices go all the way up to that's one of the more expensive ones. They have Wagyu short rib sliders with caramelized onion and cheddar. So you're getting a slider. It's $36. $36. Do we want to get a steak? We definitely want to get a steak. I want to get the what do I want? Oh, a 22-ounce dry-aged bone-in ribeye? That sounds delicious. That's $129. Well, we just get, what about just the 14-ounce dry-aged New York strip? That's $89. That's an $89. Yeah. You want to get a lobster tail on the side? Or that's just the old market price, friend. You don't.
I love market price. Market price is we're going to charge you depending on what kind of brand your tie is.
Fried chicken and waffles.
Okay.
$45.
Whew.
That better be some hella chicken there. Desserts, they got plenty of them, including, a chocolate peanut butter s'mores. That sounds delicious. Peanut butter Snickers pie. They have a lot of dessert selections. Warm buttermilk donuts with chocolate and strawberry Grand Marnier sauces. Maybe. Chocolate skyscraper cake with whipped cream. Warm dulce de leche pudding with candied walnuts, vanilla. The desserts sound fantastic. If you're ever in Miami, if you're on South Beach, and you got money burning a hole in your pocket, make a reservation at Prime 112 and tell them that Borky and Haydad sent you. We're like Crockett and Tubbs, only cooler. Sports Talk Mississippi.
We got one more to get to, team number 7.
We'll do that when we get back.
When we come back.
Every time I look around, every time I look around, every time I look around, it's in my face.
Lunch Talk Mississippi, your all-access pass to all things sports in Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi on the SuperTalk app, your local SuperTalk station, and at supertalk.fm.
They caught up here in just a moment. It's our third team, the last team of the day, on the countdown of 100 teams, 100 days, to the house. Hold on. What was his name? That B.J. Simons built. Born in Lubbock, Texas. The Red Raiders. Guns up!
One of the teams that
have no tortillas here.
Well, you're not allowed to have those anymore. The Big 12 ruled against what was a hilarious tradition and a great tradition in college football. Sounds kind of goofy, but all of them are.
Oh, I agree.
After touchdowns and after victories, Texas Tech students would throw tortillas up in the air. Real, actual tortillas. They would all go to local grocery stores that would sell, big industrial-sized packs of tortillas for cheap, and they would bring them to the games. When they had scored, they'd throw them up in the air. It's really cool and unique to them, and the Big 12 has put a stop to it. And they can't even bring them in the games anymore because why have fun?
Right.
The apparently somebody that was working the game on the field got hit by one, a tortilla we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that ended that because we just can't have that happen.
Yeah.
Beautiful campus, by the way. Lubbock is Lubbock. The campus is stunning. You'd be surprised, actually, when you're in that region of the state of Texas, that Texas Tech looks as nice as it does once you get on campus. It's really, really, really cool. I guess it's Spanish architecture is anyway. But I've been, and I was blown away at how nice the campus was, despite that, the northern panhandle of Texas it's not aesthetically pleasing landscape-wise.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be desired there.
I got you.
Galaxy Stadium is where they play. It spent the last 20 years being Jones AT&T Stadium. I guess that deal ran out, and now whatever Galaxy is stepped in. And their field is even funnier. They've got the monster Big 12 logo. Cody Campbell's got his name on it, I think. They sold the field to somebody else. It's, the side of a NASCAR right now on Texas Tech's field. A stadium that has gone through a lot of renovations and record attendance of just over 61,836 to be exact. They just keep putting money into it. They've got a lot of money to burn. And lately, that money has been burned on football players, and it worked kind of last year. They won 12 games. They went 12-2, so that ain't nothing.
They
but the way the season ended,
the best season in the school's history. You can't argue with that. Yeah.
But the way the season ended was quite unceremonious. Joey McGuire, though, enters year 5. He went 8-5, 7-6, 8-5. Then the billionaire got involved, and they go 12-2. They started with wins over Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Kent State, and Oregon State before going on the road and dominating Utah. That was a really impressive win at the time. After an off week, they beat Houston on the road. They beat Kansas badly, and then a weird loss at Arizona State, 26-22 the final. That game didn't make any sense at all for Texas Tech, and they overcame it, obviously. They beat Oklahoma State. They won at Kansas State. They beat BYU. They beat UCF. They beat West Virginia. And aside from their loss, they just cruised through the Big 12. Just really not close at any point. They played in the Big 12 championship game and beat BYU 34-7. Just dominated the Big 12 a season ago. Really good up front on defense. Really good everywhere on defense. And then they go to the Orange Bowl, and they play Oregon. And they were absolutely, from start to finish,
they got hammered in that game.
Hammered. 23-0 was the score in that game. Great season, great year. You win the Big 12, you dominated. A&M at least got a field goal on the board. You couldn't score in your playoff game last season. That was rough, and they vowed to correct that, and they did so by going out and getting high-priced, high-dollar quarterback in Brennan Sorsby. Basically, everybody in college football wanted him. Lane Kiffin and LSU wanted him. Everybody that was quarterback needy wanted him.
Yes.
But Texas Tech got it done. Billionaire got involved, and they got it done until it got exposed that he had bet thousands of times and thousands of dollars, including many bets, on his own team, sending money allegedly across state lines to people to bet on his behalf, and got ruled ineligible, obviously. Texas Tech fought back. They got an injunction. The Big 12 stepped in and said, no, you don't. And they were about to go to court again until other attorneys general from states that were not Texas got involved, and that was it. He cannot play college football this year. Still ranked in the top 15, still super talented, but the Sorsby thing has soured a lot of the goodwill that they built up last season anyway. And now it's changed what, or maybe it hasn't, but it should change what people think about this team this season. They open with Abilene Christian, named that mascot.
State played them a few years. Bobcats?
Close, the Wildcats. Then they go to Corvallis and play at Oregon State before hosting Houston, and then Sam Houston and Sam Houston in consecutive weeks.
Right.
They go to Colorado, have an off week. They host Arizona State. Go to Cincinnati. They go to Cincinnati, the place that they took Sorsby from.
Yeah.
That'll be a crazy environment at Nippert Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. They host Arizona State and West Virginia before going to Oklahoma State and Baylor before wrapping up the season at home against TCU.
Quite the opposite way we're going to go here from where we just were, right? So we were just at a place where they had $36 chicken wing appetizer, correct?
Yeah.
Now we're going to the Cast Iron Grill, a little breakfast and lunch spot there in Lubbock, where you can get the Big Hearty. 3 eggs your way, 2 meats, hash browns or home-style potatoes, and your choice of toast, biscuit with gravy, or a pancake. How much do you think that cost?
$12.
You're right, $12.99. Some people still knew how to do business. There's your headline at the Cast Iron Grill. Pancakes, French toast, biscuits and gravy, breakfast burritos, huevos rancheros. We can get cinnamon toast. Not bad. And then they got lunch as well. Brisket nachos, cowboy fries, hand-cut French fries, piled high with homemade green chili queso, topped with pulled pork, barbecue sauce, and jalapenos. Yeah, that sounds great. Burgers, sandwiches, chicken fried steak, and chicken fried chicken. Or you can get chicken fried steak with a zesty green chili gravy. That sounds really good.
Ooh, a green chili gravy on a chicken fried steak.
That sounds fantastic. Like you can get.
I'd have to try that to know.
You can get a side of gravy with everything. All entree. Look, $14.99. You get chicken fried steak with gravy, your choice of 2 sides, and a cheese roll for $14.99. Yeah, Lubbock, Texas.
Yes, that's how you take care of your people.
If you're ever in Lubbock, Texas around breakfast or lunchtime, I couldn't give you a higher recommendation. I've never even eaten here, but there's no way with these prices and this menu that this place isn't awesome. Check out the Cast Iron Grill. Tell them that Borky and Haydad and Thomas Castellanos sent you.
I still can't get over the fact that...
So somebody is on the Twitter saying they'll use him like as a gadget guy. Red zone package, some trick plays, but a depth guy. So if that's what they're doing, that's fine.
Why wouldn't a guy like him go down to Furman?
Dude,
that's
just
a great
go play
question, and
right?
be quarterback and go win a championship. You're not playing in the NFL. You're 5'2".
You're correct. Like go somewhere where you can put up ridiculous stats, have a lot of fun, win a lot of games. I mean, maybe they're going to give him a lot of NIL money. That's great if it's the case, but I don't know.
It just, and I don't think Furman would take him. Honestly, they have not adapted to the times, and I guess it's working for them. They still get players, but they don't bring in like these FBS transfers the way that I wish they would, quite frankly.
Right.
But watching Ingle Martin come down from Florida and play at that level, I mean, he lost his starting job, and he was a good quarterback. He was a good player. Mm-hmm. But at that level, he was awesome.
Yeah.
And, I mean, took them all the way to the national championship. They ended up losing. But I don't know why that's not appealing for a guy like Castellanos.
Well, maybe, like I said, maybe the NIL offer is just too much.
Go play ball. Go win. Football's supposed to be fun, isn't it? Go have fun.
It's supposed to be, but that it's just not as much as it used to be.
We'll be right back. Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere.
Happening in Mississippi sports. You'll hear about it first, right here. Sports Talk Mississippi.
What are you going to do with your last weekend without college football? It's the last one. Savor it.
Yeah. Same thing I do every weekend. Cook some food, watch some football on YouTube. I do have to go talk to Jeff Levy tomorrow, do a podcast. So.
Oh, I'm sure he's just thrilled about that.
I mean, I would imagine if all the guys in the room, I'm not the one he looks forward to talking to the least.
Oh, I have no doubt about that one, brother.
So,
you're probably... I don't know if you'd be number one on the list, but I think you would be.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
in terms of the media people that he has to talk to, because he contractually has to talk to you guys.
I would say that it's kind of like I did my annual all 22 rankings, and I was like, look, somebody, I'm ranking 22 players.
Yeah,
somebody has to be last. Kind of the same thing there. Somebody has to be first. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're the best or they're actually any good. They had to be first. So.
Oh, and he's going to get frustrated. You call it right now. I can't wait to see his answer about Scylla and Manning, because he will have no update.
Somebody will ask, so we'll see.
We'll get to that coming up here in a little bit. They are getting close to transitioning to more of a game week type setting. I'd be willing to bet. I don't know the next time Pete Golding talks. I could look that up right now, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine
sometime next week.
This time with Levy, we'll talk to him Saturday. I would be willing to bet we don't talk to him again until Monday. What would that be? The 31st, when that's game week press conference. I bet we don't talk to him again after that. Yeah, we'll have, think about Monday, August 31st, we'll have press conference, audio if we want it from Mississippi State, from Ole Miss, from Southern Mississippi.
Let's see here. No, I guess we're not going to hear from Pete Golding over the weekend. Hey, Dad?
Oh, well, there you go.
I could be wrong. I might be looking at this the wrong way.
Is it in English? Is that the problem?
Sometimes I do have a hard time reading. Reading's for nerds, all right?
I was elected to lead, not to read.
I do wish I read more. I really do. That's a habit that I want to get into, is reading more.
Well, they give you books for free at the library. You can just go get one, as long as you bring it back.
Yeah. I guess I need to do that. I really would like to get into stuff that allows me to turn my brain off. Like no sports, no politics. Like,
oh yeah, it's tough. It's tough nowadays because your phone calls to you. It's like,
yes, it does.
You'd be missing something.
And
you'd be missing something.
I want to be able to just sit down for an hour and not. It's like the little devil on your shoulder. That's what your phone is.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Like you'll hear a buzz or two, and it's like, oh no, something happened. I got to check it right now. Look at Twitter.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad said what?
I didn't say
You have to
anything.
put a stop to this. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, that kind of stuff.
You try. By the way, did you like how you tried to get me with that Starkville Police Department thing?
I didn't try to get you. I just thought it was funny.
And then I came way over the top with the naked guy running around the park or whatever it was. It was like,
He was just trying to cool down. It's hot, all right?
I guess.
I called my dad. He put his shirt on. We're good. You know?
That was Big Jim?
Man.
I hope that wasn't him.
601-879-43. See, somebody says I've got good history, Rex. I want to start reading about the American Revolution.
That's the thing. If you're getting into history, I feel like unless you're going to be Dan Carlin, you need to pick a kind of history. Like, are we going to get into ancient Greece? Are we going to get into Rome? Are we going to do the American Revolution? Are we going to do the Renaissance? You can't just say history.
Yeah, history.
You gotta pick an era.
Two eras.
Go with it.
For those, you're giving Rex right now. If you've got two eras, either the American Revolution or like medieval times.
Probably the American Revolution for me.
I'm asking the guy that's giving Rex.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the two. Those are my subcategories right there. Is I want that.
Yeah, I do. I will listen to a hardcore history podcast if I have a long, like I had yesterday. If I have a long drive, because those things are like 3 hours usually plus. So I'll break one of those out every now and then. That guy, I don't know how he does it. Like, I'm sure there's a long process, you know, and he's recording over multiple weeks and stuff. Yeah. But goodness gracious, the amount of detail that goes into that, amount of information. I applaud him, Dan Carlin. He's fantastic.
Oh, we get breaking news via Facebook. Screenshot sent to us.
I saw that. This is Hail State Diamond has been replaced by Maroon and White Saturdays.
Yeah, with two S's. Maroon and White Saturdays reporting. After once announcing his retirement because he felt he could no longer compete at the highest level, the former NCAA star has reportedly chosen Mississippi State football as the place to start over, bringing new strength and experience to head coach Jeff Levy for the upcoming season. That player, Boobie Dixon.
You know my favorite part about the picture is that he's got a helmet on,
and he's
also holding a helmet. He's got two helmets. So
there is an update on the players possibly
just let your
coming
grandparents believe that if they see it.
The comment section does.
No, I checked the comment section. There's only like two people, and they're both like idiots.
Sports Talk Mississippi on the SuperTalk app, your local SuperTalk station, and at supertalk.fm.
Tell you I'd be home every night, breakfast in bed and we'll never fight. Say I'm wrong when I know I'm right, but baby I'd be lying.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Hour number 3, last hour of the last week without football on your TV at the collegiate level. This is it. Next week we're not really in game week, but we're in game week for all intents and purposes, and we're glad that you are with us. We're in the Pearl River Resort studio, but right now, as you know, because it's just after 5 o'clock, we got an update to give you for the college football fix.
The college football business legal gobbledygook fix is brought to you by your Mississippi Ford dealer. Built Ford tough, that's what the best-selling truck in America is, the Ford F-150. Guys, if you're in the market right now, if you need a new truck, don't waste anybody's time, especially not your own. Visit your local Mississippi Ford dealers today. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
All right, so.
Oh, yeah, not football.
Yeah, I mean,
going on in court.
Hey, Dad, if you want informed fan bases, you got to inform them.
I don't want informed fan bases.
Well, that's how you get stuck behind in the NIL portal era, to have people that aren't up to speed on what's going on.
I'm just saying.
That's how that happens.
All right.
Shout out John Cohen. The Colorado court case that gave the class of 2022 all an extra year of eligibility, that applies directly here to the state of Mississippi, mostly around 4 players. Manning and Silla at Mississippi State, who are practicing with the Bulldogs right now, the safety and the edge. And then 2 baseball players have made their announcement to return to Ole Miss, and of course it's Will Furness and Judd Unermark. The NCAA won an appeal for now to stay that ruling. So, as of right now, those guys don't have that extra year anymore. They don't have it.
Correct.
That, however, only applies to players that have not gone to the local court and gotten their own special thing. And so to this point, Mississippi State has not done that, and Ole Miss has not done that with these players that we're talking about. And so at the moment, there is no path at the moment for the two players at Mississippi State to play this year. And there is, at the moment, no path for the two players in baseball at Ole Miss to play, unless this gets reversed or whatever, because the stay is not a final ruling. It's just the NCAA gets to continue to enforce their rules until a hearing happens. Or they go local and get a local judge to turn it over. That, as I understand it, I could be wrong here, but I think I've got this correct. That now is the only path. We'll stick with football for a second because that's the most, it's the closest. Mm-hmm. As I understand it, that is the only way for Mississippi State to get those two guys to play now for the Bulldogs this year is they have to go to court over it, as of right now. That's the only way. There's no other way.
This kind of goes back to what I've been saying all along. This is just going to continue to go back and forth. I think at some point you do have to just say, look, we tried. But I just don't see how you can count on these guys, and you got to get the reps to the guys who you can count on. So I don't know. Man.
All right, I am not a lawyer. I've tried to educate myself as best I can on this. Somebody's asking, can you explain the difference between a TRO and a regular injunction? I think basically the TRO is an injunction until the injunction hearing can happen. To put it very elementary, and again, lawyers out there, if I'm wrong, please let me know, but I think I understand that correctly. As that allows, the TRO is essentially the NCAA can't enforce their rules until an injunction hearing happens, and then the injunction happens, and then the trial happens later on. I think that's how that goes. But either way, that right now is the only path for the Mississippi State players. I assume with baseball, there's more time to wait and see, as opposed to just going straight to a local judge right away, that they can wait to see how this Colorado thing plays out before they make that move. They've got time for that. Football doesn't have time for that. If those guys want to play, that's how you got to get them to play.
Yeah. It's go or get off the pot time with everybody. It's like you have to make, at some point coaches have to start making decisions. Like we have to move forward or we have to go to court. It has to be in the next week or so. So as you mentioned, talking to Jeff Levy tomorrow, I imagine that he will be asked about this, and we'll see what he says. Maybe he has some insight that we don't have.
Somebody in the legal field says that's correct. Nailed it. Yes.
There you go.
Finally, my reading and trying to be right here has paid off, I suppose. Mm-hmm. What does this mean now for the three former Ole Miss players in Louisiana, right, with that judge? This thing impacts that not at all. So they got a local judge to do that, so they can still, in theory, come back and play. I have been told, and I don't know if it's true or not, I have been told that Daquan Wright is trying to come back to college to play, not at Ole Miss. And you can probably do 1 + 1 = 2 on that. Again, I don't know if it's true, but you guys like to hear what we're hearing. That's out there. I am also hearing, again, it could be not true, but that the SEC is digging their heels in on the interconference transfer thing. That they are going to try to defend that. That if, say, Daquan Wright, Xavier Harris, whoever wants to go to LSU, the league is going to tell them, no, that cannot happen, and they are willing to fight that legally if need be. I don't know if that's true or not. That is just what I've been told. And I would be fascinated to see LSU try to sue the SEC to get a player eligible. I want that to happen. I want Daquan Wright to try to go play at LSU Because I would love to see LSU sue Greg Sankey and their television partner and the league that writes the $80 million a year check for them, that controls their schedule, that controls everything, their television rights and everything, and try to sue them. I would love to see that happen. Because the SEC would have a leg to stand on since there's comparable leagues legally. But just because of Louisiana versus the SEC,
Mm-hmm. That's what it would be.
Absolute cinema.
It would be the state of Louisiana against the SEC in court. I don't think that makes any sense to have anybody doing that.
Somebody says, you guys keep acting like teams have to go forward with who they have as if NFL teams don't have a practice squad that turns over players all the time and adds players that were sitting on their couch the week prior. It is not go or get off the pot time. Literally, no one does that in the NFL, and this is basically the NFL. But there's your problem. It's basically the NFL, but it's not. It's not.
Also,
and the NCAA did win an appeal today. They won today.
Yeah.
And the conferences are planning on enforcing their own transfer rules thing. Yeah. It's not as simple as do it like the NFL does, because the NFL doesn't need judges because they have a CBA.
Right. And also those guys like on the practice squad are practicing. They're playing in your system. You know, we're talking about guys transferring to other schools. Daquan Wright going to he knows the Charlie Weiss playbook, but I mean, how quickly can you get him acclimated? Whereas the practice squad guys are kind of around. I don't know.
It's just a mess, but that is the latest. Yeah. If those guys from all you need to hear in this conversation is the guys from State or the baseball players from Ole Miss at the moment would now need a local judge to allow them to play. And the 3 former Ole Miss players are not impacted by that. And I guess they could, in theory, return to Ole Miss. The signs are not pointing to that at the moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've got NFL reporters out there saying that there have been some currently rostered NFL players asking to get cut ahead of cut day so they can go ahead and go back to college. I have heard independently that is a real thing. Which is just, that is insanity. Please, NFL team, cut me so I can go back to college. That's an insane thing. I have a theory, by the way, though, hey, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I think the NFL is going to fix this.
Yeah.
And here's how. When you sign a contract with an NFL team and you go back to college, you can no longer play in the NFL.
The NFL could do that.
Or that team owns your rights for the next however many years.
You know, they'd obviously have to get it through the CBA that you just mentioned, the players. But I think the players' union will probably be for that.
Yes, they would.
Because it's a lot of headache as well for the NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
So why not do that? Yeah.
And the NFL players, I know they butt heads with the owners during negotiations. They like the NFL. They side with what's in the best interest of the NFL and not with college players all the time.
Yeah.
I think that might be a solvent here as the NFL steps in and says, if you're going to do this during training camp, you're not going to get to play in our league anymore. And try to sue me over that, because guess what, buddy? Ask Brendan Sorsby how that goes.
Yeah.
Sports Talk Mississippi. That's technically your college football fix. We'll be back.
The best sports talk in the state.
It's the best thing.
Say that again.
We the best on 3. 1, 2, 3. We the best.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Super Talk Mississippi.
Somebody says, if you can play in the NFL, they will take you. Don't kid yourself. And my response was, they don't care about fringe practice squad guys enough to put up with them asking to be cut 2 weeks before cut day. He says, we'll see. The NFL is not fixing to wade off into the mess that is college football. But that's the thing. They're not fixing college football. They're just adjusting their own rules. The NFL will not put up with fringe practice squad guys going in and asking to get cut before cut day. Hey, coach, can you please cut me? I know you're considering putting me on the roster, and you've got joint practices coming up and a preseason game coming up, but can you please cut me so I can go back to college? The NFL's not putting up with that. Not from guys that are fringe roster makes or not. They won't put up with that.
Agreed.
They will put up with a lot from the best players, but not the fringe ones. Whatever defensive lineman from whatever school that may or may not make the team or practice squad, quitting during camp, nah. That's game over, buddy. Yeah. For that player anyway. But 601-879-4395. Hey, Dad, I saw this out there, and somebody's asking us about it now. Mario Nash, it was reported that no longer with Mississippi State's team. I hate to diminish but be dismissive, but he wasn't expected to have a major impact on this team anyway, correct?
Wasn't going to start for sure. It could have been a depth piece for Mississippi State, but decided to walk away. I don't know, haven't heard exactly why. I have heard, call it rumor mill, that it's more than just didn't want to play at Mississippi State. Might be like wants to step away from football for a little while. If that's the case, certainly want to wish him the best. But yeah, will not be part of the Mississippi State football team this year. Guy I think was battling for some reps at center, but when Cannon Boone came back, that was probably always going to be his job. And then State has got a couple of good other pieces there in the interior with DJ Chester and LJ Prudhomme. They really like those guys. They got Blake Steen there that can kind of swing into the interior if they need him. So yeah, Mario Nash no longer here in Starkville.
Who's the most important player on that offensive line?
Whoever starts at left tackle. If it's going, I think it's going to be Jakeem Shumpert Perkins. So him. I mean, it's just that simple. If whoever is protecting Kamario Taylor's blind side is the most important guy. I think that McVay is probably your right tackle, with Shumpert Perkins on the left, and then you got your interior guys. But State hasn't had a really great guy there since Charles Cross left. They were okay in 2022, and then these last few years, McKylan Pounders, it didn't work out well for him. Last year between Jimothy Lewis and Javen James and Albert Reese, and they were cycling through guys, and they could never get it figured out. They just need somebody they can stick there for 12 games and say, look, we know you're going to give up a couple of sacks, but let's keep it to a minimum. And I think that's going to be Jakeem Shumpert Perkins to start us off.
I think that answer is the same thing, but right tackle, whoever starts for right tackle, whether it be Kinsler or somebody else, but depends on your definition of important, right? Because that's the biggest hole, but the most important player is probably Terez Davis. Mm-hmm. I don't know. The offensive line, I mean, you said it. Almost playing Louisville, that's a different animal.
Yeah.
But even still, Louisville's well coached. They've got dudes, all that. But, I mean, you're not running through the SEC if Louisville is decimating your offensive line. And, of course, things can get better as the season goes on and stuff like that. But
these first games, people are like, oh, especially, it's one thing, like you said, with Louisville, right? That's a good football team. But for State, they're playing ULM. Well, what are you going to, blah, blah. If you can't block ULM, you're not going to block South Carolina and Missouri and Alabama and LSU, and I'll just keep going on down the list, right? You're probably not going to block Minnesota, for being totally honest. So if State on the line of scrimmage doesn't dominate both sides against ULM, that's a warning shot. Go back and watch the Southern Mississippi game last year. Southern Miss was able to pressure Blake Shapen. Southern Miss was able to get some pass rush on the Bulldogs last year. That was a warning sign of things that were to come. On the other side of it, State was okay defensively again in that game, but just okay against a Sun Belt team. Well, if you're just okay against a Sun Belt team, what are you going to be against an SEC team? The answer is what they were. Second worst defense in the conference. And in reality, by the end of the season, they were the worst. So when you watch this ULM game, if State doesn't control the line of scrimmage, if they can't rush the ball at will, if they can't protect Kamario Taylor, and then on the other side of the ball, if they can't get pressure on the quarterback, on ULM's quarterback, if they can't stop ULM from running the football, That's a bad sign.
And especially, with all due respect to the Warhawks, it's not like you're talking about.
With all due respect.
It's not like you're talking about James Madison here out of the Sun Belt. This is one of the worst teams in the FBS. At will is the exact right phrase to use in a game like this.
Southern Miss was a much, much better football team than ULM will be this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you won that game by 17? You were up 24 in the fourth quarter. This is a game, I saw it early lines like 28.5. You should cover that easily. You should win this game something like 45-10, 45-14, something like that. And if you don't, that's a horrible sign. So the good news, if you're listening and you're a Mississippi State fan, I fully expect them to do that. I expect them to win this game easily.
Me too.
I don't think they'll have much trouble with ULM at all. And then we'll see what happens the next week. But I'm not overly concerned about it.
You a big fantasy football guy?
I play one league, where I am the two-time defending champion of that league.
How do you guys determine order?
It's just random.
The Philadelphia Phillies have a team fantasy league.
Okay, sure.
And today, their players that are in the league are standing on the third deck of their home stadium with golf clubs.
Uh-huh.
And they are hitting balls into a trash can that they put into center field, or trying to hit balls into a trash can in center field. That is how they are determining the draft order for the Phillies Fantasy Football League, is whoever can hit the ball into the trash can, or I guess when they run out of time, whoever can get it closer.
Closest, yeah.
The video is so funny. They're way up in the third deck, and they're just hitting golf balls in the stadium down to the field.
I don't mind that at all.
I love that.
I don't mind that at all. So, yeah, my league is just random. So, I'm looking forward to it. I bought an Ulafala to wear to the draft so that they have to acknowledge me. So I'm excited.
Who's going to be your 1-1? I see a lot of people putting videos out about Genty, people picking Genty, and the whole draft room melts down about it.
I wouldn't take him first. The answer should probably be maybe Bijan Robinson, but I would not take him first because he's a Falcon.
Can't do it.
I do play in a PPR league, so I would take a receiver first, like Jamar Chase. The best player on my team. The best player on my team. I had Olave last year. He was great for me. The best player on my team the last 2 years in this league, where I've won the championship, is JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, has been fantastic for me these last 2 years.
Yeah, not surprised.
So I'll probably go with him. I had the third pick last year, and I took Saquon, and he was not great. So we'll see how it goes. I've had Jonathan Taylor the last 2 years, too, and he's just a horse. They give him the ball, which is great.
Yeah, you got to go get Olave again. He's going to have a big year, especially with Tyson out for a while.
I'll see how it goes. And Kamara out for a while.
Yeah, did we ever see a timetable on that?
Nah, but they made it sound like it wouldn't be too long.
Jeez. Soft tissue injuries. Frustrating.
It is what it is, but
at least it's not, knock on wood.
That's by the way, that's the next year's draft needs to be running back. Like, Keywan Lacey, if he's healthy, Ahmad Hardy, that's what the Saints need to take in the first round. They need a legit running back.
Even with Etienne there?
I don't know how good that guy's going to be. He's been okay.
He's great in Jacksonville.
He's okay. He wasn't great as a stretch. Bijan Robinson has been great. Saquon Barkley has had great season. Trevor Etienne has been okay. So we'll see. I'd like to see the Saints get back to having a superstar running back. But we got a whole season. It's going to be tough to get. I'll be honest with you. It'll be tough.
1,100 yards last year, 300 through the air as well.
He's just okay. That's just okay.
We're okay.
That's like, you got to remember, this is a 17-game season, right?
It is.
So that's like 70 yards a game. It's really not that much. So, also, it's going to be really tough to get a guy like Lacey or Hardy when you're picking 32nd. Yeah, that's going to be the tough part. You have to trade up from that last pick where the champion picks. So, all right, Mr. Borky's got to get out of here. He's headed over to Hartfield, I assume, for week one?
Week one at home, yes. Right. SuperTalk.fm/high school. You want to listen to or watch all 18 of our high school games? That is where you go. It's a big undertaking. I don't know how Will does it, but he does it.
Yeah. Caleb Sailors will step into the role of Michael Borky and we'll talk some high school football when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi with you here on a Friday. It's a high school football Friday when we come back.
Now we have a special surprise for everyone.
Give it to me. More Sports Talk Mississippi right now on Super Talk Mississippi.
Back here on Sports Talk Mississippi, Brian Haydad, Caleb Sailors, despite what it says right there on the screen. Can you change that?
Yeah, I'll have to get it fixed in a minute.
Super Talk News, and of course, he is taking over duties tonight on the Scoreboard Show. You've been entrusted with a great responsibility. Well, they say with great power comes great responsibility. Are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been producing the show for the last few years, so I'm ready for it. I mean, Lance, rest in peace, I loved him to death. We had a good rapport on air, and, usually producers, other than, I guess, with Sports Talk, with Borky being a host and producer, they don't get as much.
He's a host?
Technically, allegedly, a co-host and producer don't get as much involvement with the show. I know Rhino's busy with Gerard, but but I was very involved with Scoreboard Show, so we're ready for the task tonight.
Going to be a lot of fun. So 44 games here, most of it in the MAIS tonight. And you were telling me the two of the big matchups tonight are kind of Mississippi schools versus out-of-state schools.
Right, you got MRA, Madison Ridgeland Academy, for those who aren't in the Jackson metro area, taking on Ravenwood out of Brentwood, Tennessee, and it's a battle of the Davises. Herbert Davis is the head coach at MRA, and his son, Hayden Davis, is the offensive coordinator at Ravenwood, and look, Ravenwood got the better of MRA last year in Madison, so they'll be in Tennessee tonight. And, MRA is excited about this team it has and is looking forward to getting revenge tonight. And then Jackson Prep, another school here in the metro area, is taking on UMS Wright Prep out of Alabama. And, it's a game that Jackson Prep should win. I think Doug Goodwin, the head coach there with the Patriots, is very, very, very excited about the team he has this year. Jackson Prep kind of doesn't go along with the model that some of the other area academies do with, you could say, recruiting. They get players from other schools. Jackson Prep, Doug Goodwin's very, very big on having homegrown talent and guys that he's had in the Jackson Prep from the JV program going up to the varsity ranks and just making sure those guys are a lock-solid unit. And I expect Jackson Prep to be really, really good this year and a competitor for state champion.
And then you got Michael Borky heading over to Hartfield. They've got a big game tonight with Washington.
Yeah, it's a game that, Hartfield was in the state championship last year, got ousted by a very, very good Division I JA team. And, if you look at the talent that team had
a lot of guys playing college football this year.
4 stars, 5 stars. You name it, the talent they had. But yet Hartfield's looking to bounce back after losing, one of the top players in Mississippi, Braylon Womack, who you're getting quite familiar with up there in Starkville. We'll see how the Hawks look this year. But I know that coach up there is excited about his team. And, playing Washington, a team from the Delta, from Greenville. And, I really don't know what to expect from Washington, but I do know that Hartfield's got a returning quarterback in Ethan Elliott, and they're really excited about the offensive side of the ball, and I'm not really sure about the defense.
Do we have any Mississippi high school non-MAIS games tonight? Am I seeing this? It looks like it's all academy on the schedule.
No, the MHSAA is purely jamborees and scrimmages tonight. Now, we've gotten some interesting jamborees, like Ridgeland, who was in the playoffs last year, Madison Central, who's always in the playoff picture, are scrimmaging tonight. And Brandon and I believe Oak Grove, I could be wrong on that. If someone on the text line wants to correct me, I believe they're scrimmaging tonight. Next week, though, is when we're really going to see some of these matchups really heat up. Week 1 has Brandon and Tupelo playing each other. That is going to be a huge matchup. And then Starkville starts off with a bang as well, with a new leadership now at Starkville. Yeah. Someone not from very far away, from 45 minutes away.
Yeah, and a Vicksburg guy, so I know him pretty well, Brett Morgan.
Yeah.
That is West Point's coach going to Starkville I mean, it would be like if Pete Golding came to Mississippi State as the head coach. I mean, those two programs do not like each other.
No.
There's a real rivalry there, and to pluck him away after all his success at West Point, Starkville, Kingston Johnson back for his senior year here, one of the more exciting young football players in this state. He's a really good player. That's a Starkville starting off with Oak Grove, right? I don't know if you remember this. That was my one trip to the scoreboard show last year.
Yes, you called us.
That crazy game here in Starkville. Well, Starkville scored on the final play of the game. Kingston Johnson set a school passing record, I think, for like 460 yards or something like that. So yeah, that's a big one. Looking at the rankings, Tupelo number one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking just in terms of. Max Preps has MRA as number 2, but they play in different divisions.
Right.
You've got 2 coast teams here in the top 5, and then Oak Grove's a South Mississippi team as well. Is this the year for South Mississippi to really finally raise up? And last year Gulfport was a state champion. Can they do it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna be hesitant to pick Gulfport to win the state championship. Right now, my 7A state champion is Brandon. I'm very high on the Bulldogs. I know some might say, hold on now, Tupelo is gonna be back, and I don't know what Gulfport's going to bring this year without Cooper Crosby. I mean, he was a Swiss Army knife for them. Another Mississippi State Bulldog.
Another guy from Mississippi State.
Swiss Army knife who was just a dominant running back, could also catch the ball, was very useful everywhere. And so I'm not really sure what we'll see from Gulfport. I know that the team is reloaded, that they'll be good this season. I'm not sure, but, Hattiesburg was in the equation last year, was in the state championship game 2 years in a row and lost back-to-back years. I think Hattiesburg will be right back in the equation. I wouldn't be shocked if Hattiesburg was the 6A state champion.
6A state champion, of course, last year, Warren Central.
Yes,
from my
Vicksburg.
hometown. Josh Morgan, the head coach there, taking over for keeping that family tradition alive.
Yeah.
Coaches his son, Nash Morgan, a Mississippi State commit, who's a guy who will probably play defensive back at the next level. But he is you talked about a jack of all trades, a Swiss Army knife. Great athlete running things down there. Do you think Warren Central can make another run back to another state championship?
Yes, Warren Central's got a returning quarterback who can do just about everything. Of course, Nash Morgan, who is a Swiss Army knife, can do everything. Absolutely. I think the city of Vicksburg will be represented well by Warren Central this year. On a side note, hey, Dad, I got to give your high school alma a shout-out. We got the Mississippi River battle tonight with Cathedral and St. Al.
I never beat Cathedral in my time at St. Aloysius and lost to them in the most heartbreaking fashion ever my senior year. We lost 50-49. We scored on the last play of the game, went for 2, and didn't get it. Absolute brutality. One of the most heartbreaking games I've ever been a part of. But yeah, St. Al didn't get off to a great start last week. This is Cathedral's first game, so one of those good Catholic high school rivalries down there. So hopefully the Flashes can get that done. What about let's go 3A, 2A, 1A. Who are the teams we want to keep an eye on this year?
I mean, honestly, everybody, I hate to say that. I hate to be so cliche. Last year, I'm looking at the schedule right now for who won. Raleigh, always. And Noxubee County. Of course, Noxubee County, always. I know the torch was passed from Camario Taylor on, and then Noxubee County's in the state championship game again. They're not going anywhere.
No.
And Raleigh, again, not going anywhere. That pocket of East Mississippi and moving up into the Golden Triangle is just dominant in football. 2A level, again, we had East Webster beat Heidelberg. Heidelberg's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I think the Oilers will be, and whenever the state championship game is played in Hattiesburg, you see the entire city of Heidelberg in M.M. Roberts Stadium. I don't think the Oilers are going anywhere. Of course, Simmons will be dominant in 1A. Velma Jackson, I'm eager to see what Velma Jackson does after losing head coach to Ridgeland. Velma Jackson's one of those programs that had always been in the state championship picture. Calhoun City, of course, won it last year, but Simmons is that team in 1A that's just like death, taxes, and Simmons being good at football. You can count on them. So those are kind of the lower classification schools I'm keeping an eye on. But I will say, though, that 3A level, it's just how do you not keep your eyes on Noxubee County?
Yeah. The other one I keep an eye on is 4A is Poplarville with Ty Keys there.
Yeah,
will he rush for 6,000 yards this year?
Maybe.
Maybe. If they give him the ball enough, he could. It's a good year for high school talent in this state.
Yes.
We have a lot of 4-star kids in this state. Ole Miss has got, 2 4-star defensive linemen from –
Yeah.
That's a great recruiting job by Pete Golding because they're in Mississippi State's backyard.
Right.
Louisville and Ackerman, and you're going to get those guys. You've got Sam Lejeune. He's at Poplarville with Ty Keys. Just so much talent around the state this year. So, scoreboard show tonight. Back up and running, and I know you guys are excited for some high school football tonight.
Absolutely. We'll have Butch and Keith, who have been longtime contributors to the Scoreboard Show, here in studio with us. I'll be hosting, of course. And, we're going to have an action-packed, not just show, but season. We've got callers lined up for weeks to come.
I'll go ahead and tell you, my daughter is no longer on the dance team at Starkville High, so I'm not planning to go to the games this year. But if I do go to one, I'm happy to be a correspondent.
Well, we'll make sure to get you on the line, Haydad. You were one of our better callers last year. That, of course, you got the luxury of.
I was texting Will I was like, Will, this game is ridiculous, and he was just like, you got to come on the Scoreboard Show and tell us about this. Like, all right, I'm in. I was in my car, just like, I can't get over what I just saw. It was it was an unbelievable game. Hopefully, we'll get a lot of high school football like that. All right, we're gonna wrap things up for you. By the way, I'm gonna wrap things up on this show. And then tomorrow is Saturday, and that's the last Saturday we're going to have without any college football until the calendar turns to 2027. So we're going to give the off season a goodbye when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi on a Friday, last weekend without college football. Breathe it in, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. We'll be back in just a minute.
Sports Talk Mississippi is back. This is it. Super Talk Mississippi.
We are back here on Sports Talk Mississippi. Brian Haydad, Caleb Sailors here. Michael Borky off to Hartfield to call the Hawks season opener tonight. SuperTalk.fm is the place to find. What is the actual to get all the high school games? SuperTalk.fm/
high school.
Why is it so complicated? Why we got to make it a little easier, Caleb?
I know we're just so difficult here. JT Mitchell and the news team and I have just made things so horrible for everybody.
You guys are the worst. Yeah, 17 teams, and then we have another game, the Jones County Game of the Week. So 18 different high school games being broadcast by SuperTalk. So you can find your team across the state. And, of course, as we said earlier, if you want to hear the scores, hear the recap, scoreboard show starting tonight and taking you all the way through to the state championships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are within the sound of my voice, this is the last weekend before the return of college football. Can I get like some inspirational music? We get like some something going there? I don't know. If we could have that, that'd be unbelievable.
We'll get it.
Okay, yeah. And I just want to say to each and every one of you, I know that the off season is tough. All right, especially this year. Think about basketball season for State, for Ole Miss, not really worth writing home about for the most part. Baseball season was fine, but we expect baseball season to be fine here in the Magnolia State. We expect Mississippi State and Ole Miss and Southern Mississippi to be great at baseball. So we take that for granted. That's just the way it is. We've had to get through all of these legalities and court cases and injunctions. Am I enjoying college football, or am I watching an episode of Law and Order SVU? I don't want to watch that. I want to watch college football. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 1 week from tomorrow, you can turn on your television at 11 a.m. and you can enjoy the greatest sport that this world has to offer. There's never been a whiter dance than what you and I are doing right this second, my friend.
We would be killing it at a wedding right now.
Oh my goodness, we'd be tearing it up, my friend. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to say to you is this. We have made it. We just got to get through 6 more days after tomorrow. And we're going to do that. Right? We got preseason football to watch. You can, it's a great time to maybe pull up a YouTube playlist, Watch some of your favorite games. Now's the weekend to watch your team's games. All offseason, I've been watching other teams, right? I've been watching Big Ten. I've been watching some old Pac-12, some ACC. This is the weekend to put on the Mississippi State greatest hits. Caleb, this is the weekend for you to put on the Ole Miss greatest hits and get ready to watch your team play. Next week, we've got some good Week 0 games. That's some quality games. I think the best game of the weekend is a Group of 6 game. Memphis and UNLV. That might determine a playoff spot.
And a battle between two coaches who will be in the conversation for Power 4 jobs at some point, too.
They might be in the conversation for this job right here.
Yeah.
You never know.
Huff is the name to keep an eye
I mean,
on.
those are two guys that have coached in Mississippi, but Memphis and UNLV, Charles Huff and Dan Mullen. Yeah, both two guys who coached at Mississippi State. Huff was here as an assistant, obviously. And then the week after that, the world is your oyster. Whatever we got football Saturday. We got a little football on Sunday with the Ole Miss Rebels there. I think there's football on Monday as well. Then the week after that, full slate of college football, and the NFL will get started. And we've just, at that point, it's just all downhill. We can just start enjoying the greatest sport, the thing that we all love the most, the thing that we're all here for. I think you guys, you put up with Sports Talk Mississippi during the offseason, but you really want to listen during the football season because we're here to talk about football. And, it starts tonight a little bit with Caleb and high school football. Next week is college. 2 more weeks after that is the pros. Breathe, everybody. Breathe. I always get nervous, like around the 1st of August, Caleb. I'm like, am I going to live? Am I going to live to get to the start of the college football? And look, I do have to make it another 6 days. I do have to make it.
You do.
I'm going to wrap myself in bubble wrap. I'm not going to do anything crazy.
If anyone needs you to help move, you're canceling. Nope, not doing it.
Look, that's all year long. All right, I don't ever help move. I told my wife when we moved into our house we live in now, it's like the next home I move into will say funeral on the front door. All right? I'm out of the moving game.
Yeah.
But, yes. So this weekend, fire up the grill, enjoy some delicious smoked meats, put on a college football classic game. They're all over the place. Say goodbye to your loved ones. Tell your wife and your children, hey, it's been real. We had a great January through August. But that time is done. It's time for college football. It's time for football. It's time for everything.
I got to admit, hey, Dad, I'm committing the cardinal sin this year.
Do you have a fall wedding?
I'm getting married on October 3rd.
You have a fall wedding.
I have a fall wedding. But I don't make that decision.
I'll just go ahead and save you some postage. Don't send me an invite on that one. That's Alabama.
State plays Bama. Yeah.
That's Alabama weekend. I will not be at your wedding. I'll send you a gift. I'll get you a gift. Get you a Crate and Barrel gift card. How about that?
Thanks, hey, Dad.
Something like that. We'll do something nice for you. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy high school football. Scoreboard show tonight. Don't miss it. Recap everything that's happened here in the great state of Mississippi. For Caleb, for Borky, who's over at Hartfield, I'm Hey Dad. Next week, it's game week as far as I'm concerned. It's on. Week 0. See you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.